It's Thursday, the 13th of May. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony, and I have no idea, but I feel like I'm running on empty today, but the show must go on. We'll get to those news headlines in just a second, but first, let's take a stroll along the path marked celebrity birthdays. It's many happy returns to actor Robin Pattinson, who is apparently the new Batman. Haven't seen the movie yet, but yeah, he is the new Batman. Also, a happy birthday to the undisputed king of the American talk shows, Stephen Colbert. My intro, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony, is stolen directly from Stephen Colbert and his late show. So happy birthday, and thank you, Stephen. Today also marks the birthday of one of the greatest singers, songwriters, and musicians of our time, Mr. Stevie Wonder. Inner Visions, Songs in the Key of Life, and Hotter Than July are among the greatest albums of all time. And I say that as someone who generally prefers their music just a little bit more shouty. So Stevie Wonder, in the words of one of your own songs, happy birthday to you. We'll be right back after this.
If you enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us. Go to buymeacoffee.com/demolition news.
Yes, the hat. Well, our Round the World in a Dozen Hats has made stops in the UK, in France, and in Germany. And today we call in to Italy. And if you look very, very carefully, can you see that? There you go. There's actually a bit of an Italian flag on there. We're calling into Italy today, courtesy of the good people of MB Crusher, who very kindly sent me this fine hat. Where will our tour stop tomorrow? You'll just have to tune in to find out. So, what do you think Hyundai is up to? They've asked us to set aside the date on the 26th of May. There is talk of a new generation, of new beginnings, and a new story. To me, it doesn't feel that long ago since they released their last series of excavators. So what do you make of this? Well, don't know about you, but I've just set aside the 26th of May to find out exactly what they're up to. If you can't be there in person, we'll bring you all the news just as soon as we get it. Now, the world's largest construction equipment manufacturer has surpassed yet another astonishing milestone. Caterpillar has announced that its autonomous mining trucks have now hauled more than 3 billion tonnes of material around the world, and they've done it without a single lost time injury associated with the operation. Caterpillar now has command autonomous haulage system fleets operating across 3 continents, that's now North America, South America, and Australia, at 17 mine locations operated by 9 different customers. Commodities mined using the command or the CAT command include iron ore, oil sand, copper, coal, and gold. Autonomous trucks now span class sizes from 190 to 360 tonnes and include CAT 789D, 793D, 793F, 797F, and the 297 794 AC with electric drive. Together, they have clocked up a travel distance of 68.3 million miles. That's equivalent to a round trip to Mars. Say what you like about the potential threat to truck operator jobs from a pure engineering standpoint. 3 billion tons of material and 68.3 million miles is an astonishing accomplishment. More than £10 million has been set aside for the construction of a new hotel in the middle of Nuneaton. If our sources are to be believed, and they generally are, Galliford Try is likely to land the main construction part of the works, but they, together with client Nuneaton and Bedworth Borough Council, will be looking for a demolition contractor, a competent one ideally, to remove the existing buildings at Abbey Street in the town. You can find out more about this project lead and many more just like it over on buildersconference.co.uk. So here's a weird thing. About 4 years ago, I wrote a book that drew comparisons between JCB and the tech giant Apple. The book sold quite well, actually. Well, it never really troubled the New York Times bestseller list. But as with all these things, there was an initial splurge in sales, and then they slowly dwindled and pretty much dried up, or at least they had. I actually checked my book sales last night, which I don't do very often, to be perfectly honest, and found that there'd been something of a surge. So much so, in fact, that we sold more copies in April than we did in the combined 10 months before. I've no idea what's caused the spike. I don't know whether there's suddenly a renewed interest in JCB or renewed interest in Apple, or whether our viewers are just taking pity on my finances. But whatever it is, delighted to see it. So much so, in fact, I'm going to rerun the ad that we produced to coincide with the launch of the book. Here we go.
You might think that a JCB digger and an iPad have very little in common. You'd be wrong. Check out why JCB is the Apple of the digger world by Mark Anthony, exclusive to Amazon.
Right, that just about wraps things up for this show, but I'm not going anywhere. In fact, I've barely got time to go and grab myself a cup of tea before coming back to do an exclusive live show to mark Mental Health Awareness Week. I'm going to be joined by award-winning builder and broadcaster Andy Stevens. If you follow the On the Tools channel, you'll probably know Andy, at least by sight. Andy's been very open about his own struggles with mental health, and he's now working as an ambassador for both the Construction Industry Training Board and also for the Lighthouse Club Construction Charity, sharing his experiences. So I'm really looking forward to this one. If you can join us at 11 o'clock, please do. Failing that, you can catch the show later in all of the usual places. And if you do know anyone that's struggling with mental health issues of their own, we'd love for you to share that show with them. After all, that's precisely why we're producing it. I'll be back here on the morrow, same time, same place. But until then, have a great day. Stay safe. Look after yourselves, your friends, your family, and your colleagues. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.